I'm going to be talking about frankincense, East African blend from Appalachian Valley, natural products, and Anatolian treasures. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about AVAT, the company, then I'm going to talk about frankincense in general. Next, I'm going to tell you some basic information about the product itself, what you can use it for, and then my opinion of it. My name's Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe below and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. Okay, so let's get started. The name of the company is very long. I call it AVAT or AVAT. I've also heard it referred to as AVNP. Now, to further complicate the matter, there's another website out there called Ancient Healing Oils. And AVAT and Ancient Healing Oils look like they're copycats of each other, and the history behind it is pretty cool. So Ancient Healing Oils was and is still owned by a man called John Crosky. Now, AVAT used to be owned by a man called Butch Owens, and John was a customer of AVAT's. Well, eventually Butch decided to retire. He offered the company to John. John purchased it. Rather than merging these two companies together, he kept them as two distinct entities. My hunch is that they had both been around for a while and they both had good reputations, so he just kept it the way it was. He did, however, make one important change, and that was he opened it to the public, so anybody can purchase from them. I don't have a business or anything. I simply use essential oils for myself and my family, and I can buy from them. Another awesome thing is that if you purchase $35 or more, you get free shipping within the continental US. If you're not in that area, you do have something called shared international shipping. I have no direct experience with this. I've heard what he does is he gets you a shipping quote and then you guys split it somehow if you decide to proceed with the order. So what's super cool about AVAT is that they have samples. I think samples are awesome because you can try a product before you buy. So it's less money, it doesn't waste the product, and also it gives you the chance to try more expensive oils such as helichrysum, even frankincense I'm going to talk to you about, rose, jasmine, things like that. So all of his samples come in like this. So these are actually screw-off containers, which is awesome, or screw-off bottles. And there is actually a little cardboard thing on here that usually gets stuck when you first open it. So they're screw-off containers. Most samples that you will get from other companies are the perfume variety, where they've got the wand and you have to wiggle it off. You do have to be very careful about essential oils if they touch your skin, even if they are the pure, undiluted, what have you variety. There are certain essential oils. I know with my experience, cinnamon, massoya bark, which kind of burn your skin. It's definitely not a pleasant feeling. I do know some people actually wear gloves when they open essential oil bottles, so that is an option. And here's samples. So they come in the screw off top. This is 3/10 of a milliliter. I believe this bottle is 2 milliliters, so 3/10 of a milliliter is just above the bottom label here for 75 cents. He also has, so this is a carrier oil. He says this is 1 milliliter. This is 75 cents. I have my doubts. I really think it's a lot more. Like I said, I think this is a 2 milliliter container. He says this is a milliliter. I think it's like 2 or 2.5. For comparison, here is so this is a 5 milliliter. And you guys can see, I believe this container here is a lot more than 1 milliliter. Now there's another company out there called Eden Botanicals, which is similarly priced, and they also have samples available. And their samples are actually cheaper if you break it down and do the math. So most of their samples are $2 for 1 milliliter. Now, I just told you AVAT is 75 cents for 3/10 of a milliliter. So to get a milliliter of samples from AVAT, it's $2.25. Eden Botanicals is cheaper. However, two things AVAT has going for it. The first thing is, for about the same price as I can get one sample from Eden Botanicals, I can get 3 samples from AVAT. And also, like I said, AVAT has free shipping on orders of $35 or more. With Eden Botanicals, you have to purchase $49. With that being said, I still want to purchase sometime in the far future from Eden Botanicals. They have some oils and carrier oils and blends that AVAT doesn't have. And I believe it's really difficult to stick with just one essential oil company because they have different options and prices vary as well. So I did mention before that they are open to the public. AVAT is open to the public. And you can go to their website and place an order. You don't have to log in or anything. You can check out as a guest and then you get the receipt sent to your email. If you go to their website, you're going to see a few options. You're going to see, for example, the sample sizes, 5 milliliters, 10 milliliters, 20 milliliters. So all of these are milliliters. They also have 3 milliliters for more of their expensive oils. Now, I want to be clear that not all of their essential oils have all of these options. So, for example, citruses, I know lemon and grapefruit, they had either sample sizes or 20 milliliters. And his prices are so cheap that I didn't mind purchasing the 20 milliliters. If you log in or you create an account and log in, and I have no affiliates with them or anything, or I don't get a kickback, they don't know I'm making this video, but all of their milliliters, their bottles, have an orifice reducer called a Euro dropper, and this gets out your oil drop by drop. This is better for the way I use oils. So I use oils mainly by diffusion, and I use drops. I know other people who are following recipes usually go by weights. So the dropper bottle, the Euro dropper isn't that important. And even there's some people who prefer to use pipettes. So a pipette is kind of like a dropper container like this. It's plastic. It has a bulb at the end, and then you can get out it can be more precise in getting out the drops out of the bottle. Now, if you log in, then you can see the ounce sizes. For example, 1, 2, 4, 8, etc. ounces. Now, the downside to purchasing the ounces is they don't have Euro droppers. Of course, you can purchase these separately, but they don't come incorporated with them. And I was looking at the website because I like saving money, getting more bang for my buck. They had spearmint. I wanted to try spearmint, and the 1 ounce size, which is 30 milliliters, was a few pennies cheaper than the 20 milliliter size. So I decided to get 30 milliliter size, even though that's a lot of spearmint and I never smelled it before. So I totally forgot it didn't have a Euro dropper in it, and then I went to put it in my freezer. I ended up dumping out a lot of the oil. Now, I wasn't so upset about the price because, like I said, these oils are affordable. I was upset that my entire house smelled like toothpaste. I now have a negative connotation of spearmint, and I actually ended up giving away that bottle. Like, I no longer have it anymore. But that is an option if you want to go with that. Another thing that they do that's pretty cool is that they live in a small town, or they're located in a small town, and they actually get boxes from their local high school, and that's what they use to package your products when they send it to you. So I think it's cool that they're upcycling or recycling and getting one more use out of a box before it's sent to the recycling center. So that's a lot of positive things about AVAT. There are some downsides as well. So John and his wife, I believe, are the main people who run his business. I know John is older. I know he's in his 60s. He's either at retirement or near retirement. And he does have social media. He has Instagram and Facebook, but he barely keeps them up to date. He also has a newsletter, and you can sign up for that newsletter as well. If you compare his website to other prominent companies such as Eden Garden and Plant Therapy, they are nothing alike. So Eden Garden and Plant Therapy, I believe, are actively seeking customers and new customers, and I don't think that AVAT does that as much. I believe he has the customer base that he wants, and he also relies a lot on word of mouth. So I actually found out about the group from a Facebook group, or I found out about AVAT through a Facebook group called Real Aromatherapy Reviews and More 2.0. It is a great Facebook group because it's not biased. They do review many different companies for aromatherapy and related products, so it's pretty cool. And people don't have a financial interest. The admins and the moderators don't have a financial interest in you purchasing from them, so that's pretty cool. Their website is bare bones. You are going to find some basic information. So you're going to find the COO, you're going to find the country of origin of the oil, and also the botanical name. So I told you guys that this was, it's labeled as East African blend, but if you look on their website, it says it is frankincense, is boswellia frereana. And they actually have another frereana on their website. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later. So they have that. They also tell you the agro class that it's in, or the certification, such as whether it's wild crafted, wild grown, organic, things like that. And they're going to tell you how it was distilled. For example, steam distilled, hydro distilled, cold pressed, things like that. They do also have GCMS test results available. I cannot read GCMS test results. However, I like the fact that they have it available and you can interpret them. And what a GCMS test result is, it's a lab test, and it tells you the chemical composition of the oil. And yes, they are made of chemicals. Chemicals are not evil. Chemicals are all around us. Without chemicals, we would die. We do need water and air. So they are awesome things. Other than that, it's kind of hit or miss. So they seem to use stock photos. They don't have, for example, Eden Garden and Plant Therapy, they actually have the label up on their website. AVAT doesn't have that. They don't have the label up there. They don't have flowery language as far as description goes, or the usage. They might have some basic information. I know they have safety information for a few things, like carrot seed, they said don't use if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. With juniper berry, they said if you're having a massage, like a diluted massage with juniper berry, don't drive afterwards. They had for pine, their pines, they had information about if you have like dermatitis or any sensitive skin conditions, be very careful because it's known to cause flare-ups or things like that. But they definitely don't have kid-safe information. So I always cross-check my information. Even if I'm purchasing from Eden's Garden or Plant Therapy, I cross-check it with other things. And I've got lots and lots of links below to people who've dedicated their life to essential oils, whether it's chemists or aromatherapists or what have you. And you guys, I encourage you to do your own research and figure out what works best for you and your family. And also, so they also don't have that many reviews. So most of their products actually don't have reviews. If they do, they are years old. So I'll be pretty honest, looking at how basic the website was and also the prices. For example, lemon or grapefruit, citruses like that, it's usually about $5 or $6 for 20 milliliters, which is crazy cheap. It's so affordable. But like I said, he saves money on other things. He's not really big into social media. His labels and his website are super basic. And he just sells things at wholesale costs. And he's still able to make money that way. So had I not found about AVAT through a Facebook group with people that I trust, I wouldn't have thought it was legitimate. But like I said, I encourage you guys to do your own research, check out his GCMS test results, get other reviews, join this Facebook group, and figure out what you think about them. So I've told you guys a lot of information about that. I want to talk about frankincense in general. Now I know people have said frankincense cures cancer, and I don't really want to get into that much. And it's also said to be, have these amazing healing powers and things like that. I will say that the key component, or one of the key components of frankincense, is boswellic acid. And that is actually not in the essential oil, not in AVAT's essential oils, not in anybody's essential oils, not even the MLMs. They do not have that. That chemical composition or component is not in an essential oil. So if you are looking for that, you need to be looking at the resin, or perhaps like what I have an oil of fusion. I actually have the resin of frankincense is at the bottom of here, and this is my frankincense. And I got this from Apothecary's Garden. It's owned by Dan Rigler. He is a world expert in frankincense. And so my information that I'm telling you guys about frankincense is coming from him. So he actually says there's many species of frankincense, and there's only 4 that have boswellic acid. And I'm going to read them from you. He says frankincense, Serrata, carteri, sacra, and papifera, I think. And I know that some people say sacra and carteri are the same. Like I said, Dan Rigler has said that there's 4, and he has put them apart as being different. AVAT also says that they are different as well. So I tried a number of their frankincense. I tried the frereana, the carteri, the sacra, and the African blend. So I believe that's 5 that I tried. And his ones that's from the carteri that he has, AVAT has, is from Somalia. The sacra that he has is from Oman. The other frereana that he has is also from Somalia. This East African blend is just from East Africa. He doesn't tell you where it's from. So whether or not you believe it cures cancer or not, it is said to have a lot of different properties. And I'm going to link to both Dan Rigler's website. He also has an Etsy page where he sells some of his stuff. He also has Fair Trade Frankincense. There's also a Facebook group about frankincense and other tree resins. It's got a lot of information. You have world-renowned experts in this Facebook group, and I have barely dipped my toe into the water, and they can give you so much information. They do not, however, discuss how frankincense can cure cancer, and I believe this is due to legalities in the U.S. They don't want to be prosecuted for practicing medicine without a license. So I'm going to leave that at that and let you guys do your own research. So I want to talk more about the actual product. So like I said, this is the East African blend, and on their website they do put down the botanical name, and they have frankincense frereana, and I actually have a frankincense frereana as well from AVAT, and they say, so this is my frankincense frereana that I have, this is my East African blend. I don't know where this is from, other than it's somewhere in East Africa. It could be from a handful of countries or one country. I do know that frankincense frereana is from Somalia. Now, the frankincense blend, the East African blend that they have on their website, is the cheapest one that they have. The frereana is the second cheapest. Now, they actually say that the East African blend has the similar composition as the carteri that they have. The GCMS test results are supposed to be similar to the carteri that they have. And they spell carteri with 2 I's. You can also spell it with 1 I. I have found that I really like the frankincense carteri and the frereana and the Serrata and the East African blend. I don't like frankincense sacra. So when I look at frankincense, if it says that it comes from Oman, I give it a pass. I feel like the other ones smell a bit more resinous, kind of honey. They've got like a flowery scent to them. I feel like the one from Oman has a more medicinal scent, a more balsamic scent, and I don't really like the smell of it. So where is this from? I told you it's from East Africa. I have no idea where in East Africa, and I said that it's from, the botanical name is boswellia frereana. There are other 2 pieces of information. Is it's wild grown and it's steam distilled. So you can find this information on his website. He says what you can use it for. So frankincense is really known for its antiseptic properties. So you can use it for antiseptic properties. It's also good if you have coughs as an expectorant. It can be used for digestion as well. And I've written it down so I don't forget anything. I know frankincense more as being anti-aging. I've seen it in a lot of anti-aging products, which anti-aging doesn't really exist because everybody ages. If you are going to be using any essential oils, including the pure essential oils from these MLMs, you must be sure you are diluting them properly. And I've got information in my blog post about safety on the percentage you need to dilute it, also a dilution calculator, and information about sensitization. So if you are, whether you're diffusing or using topically, the same essential oil over and over again, you can get sensitized to it, and it's basically building up a tolerance like you would with coffee. So it no longer works, and you can also have some negative side effects can happen if you are sensitized to the essential oil. So you don't want that to happen. I personally switch up my oils every 2 to 3 days. I know some aromatherapists say a week or so. Please do your own research and figure out what works best for you. So other than the topical benefits that you have with our anti-aging and antiseptic and also being an expectorant for cough, it's also known as helping with your emotions in times of grief or sorrow or negative emotions. It can really help with that. So you can diffuse it. If you're diffusing it, make sure you're using intermittent diffusion. Mine is set for 10 seconds on and 10 seconds off because that's the only intermittent option it has. I don't believe that's as good. I'd prefer it to be like 10, 20, or 30 minutes on and off. You can actually also just diffuse for 10 minutes or 30 minutes and then shut your diffuser off. You don't need to have it on all the time. And actually, constant diffusion like that is not very good because, like I said, you can get sensitized to the oil. Now, my opinion of it, I've mentioned it before, I do really like the smell of it. Now, frankincense frereana, according to plant therapy, is safe for kids ages 2 and up. And AVAT doesn't have any information on their website about kid safety, but you guys can do your own research and check out the links I have. Frankincense does seem to be safe for children. Most forms of frankincense, carteri, I don't believe Serrata is. I will definitely put information in the links and you can check it out. So I like this. I would definitely purchase it again because it smells, to me, I feel like all the frankincense that I tried from him smell the same except the sacra. I feel like the sacra has a much more balsamic medicinal scent that I don't like. So I do like saving money. So I would definitely purchase this again in the future. Now I want to hear from you guys. Let me know if you've tried any frankincense. First of all, tell me what company you went with, and also which frankincense you tried and what your opinion of it was. So please leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Also, like my video and give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. I will see you guys later.